Welcome to CSE Capital. Today we're going to do the first video of the CSE Option Decision OS Observer demo. So as you can see, when you are going to the website csestripecapital.com, you can go to the section Observer Demo, and that is where you can enter the demo. Of course, when you're not a member yet, first you need to grant your access through the membership page, and then when you have done the subscription, you can log in here. So after logging in, you can open the English user guide or the Dutch user guide. We are a Dutch company, so we made an exception for the Dutch. And here you can read everything about the software that we made. So how to read it, how to use it. Here you can launch it. And this is it. Here we are. This is the CSE Capital Decision Support Only Observer demo. It's a read-only because it's not connected to any broker. We decided to put demo positions in it, but you can actually use this in your daily trading. So here we have the European stock Heijmans, ASR, ING, Ahold, and also the USA stocks NVDA, Amazon, Microsoft, AVGO, that's Broadcom, Apple, and Oracle. These are fully calibrated stocks, which are fully calibrated by our Fibonacci engine. And people are asking me, why can't I add more stocks, or why can't I search my own stock? That is why CSE is very, very different than other trading softwares, because we are focusing on less noise. So what is very important to be successful in trading is to have focus. It's not important to be able to import all the stocks. It's important to focus fully on just a few. And we believe a lot in these names. And also we are looking to other names, and that's the Universe Candidates section. So in the Universe Candidates section, we see also AMD, ASML, Google, Meli Mercatore, Meta, Oracle, PayPal. These are names which are also very interesting, and this is like the pre-stage. So here we can follow them. What are they doing? How are they behaving? And also we can see the entry levels, and these are moving live. So if the chart is changing, then it can rise up to bronze or lower to gold. So how lower the price, how more interesting it is to buy. So then it will move to silver or gold, and when the price rises up, it goes to bronze. So this is how it works. And when we feel sure enough about these names, we will also upgrade them to live observation. But for now, they are a candidate. And these are the share exposures. So we have put 9 positions in the demo. As you can see, Apple, Amazon, NVDA, ASML, Microsoft, Oracle, Visa, Broadcom, and Google. And here we can also follow those, but we will come there later. The option feasibility tool and the broker snapshot I will explain later. For now, we stick with the live observations. So what do we see here? We can select the tickers, and for example, we can take Apple. So Apple is a nice one. So first, let's observe Apple in the live observation mode. A few weeks ago, we decided to step into Apple with a few option positions. At the time, it was retracing, it was testing lower support lines, which is always a very interesting time to enter with a position, of course. We were actually lower than our gold entry level. So we waited till the position or till the course was trying to repair. So when we came at the repair trigger, we took our chances, and we entered with a few positions, which were in a good profit already in just a few weeks. So every call had a profit of roughly 3,500 euros each in just a few weeks, which is quite good. And but last Monday was an interesting moment, also to see CSE in action, because we opened the trader workstation, which we are working with from eBKR, and then we saw that the position was lower. You know, it was a red day. I made this post of it, the market check broad risk of day, and we saw Apple, NVDA, and Amazon were all quite low. There was negative news. So always people are reacting on a little bit negative news about wars, everything. You know, I would say don't react on it. But when you are a trader, you can react on it because a buy momentum can be created. So Apple was 1,200 euros lower in profit. So yeah, of course, when you are 3,500 euros in profit, you're still in profit then, but it's not nice. No one likes to see evaporate his profit. So we opened our live observation mode, and even I'm using the demo myself sometime because the full software is local on my computer yet. Still, we are coding on this one. But when I'm driving around, I can check with the demo also what the market is doing. So it doesn't even matter if your real position is connected. You know, we have positions connected in the demo, and you can actually use this to trade daily on the names which are in the demo. But as said before, it's important to focus on just a few names. And so what are we seeing here? No new entry, manage your position. So if you have a position, of course, if you don't have a position in Apple, it's not a good time at this moment to step in. But keep following us. We will tell you when it is the right position. The thesis is under review. Why this is, I will tell you later. The repair trigger has been reclaimed. This is interesting. So at this moment, no ad, hold your position. The confidence is high in this one. The provider price is 332. The trend is bullish. The next zone. Invalidation, it says 66. And honestly, actually, I think the invalidation lies on 170. So this is the big macro invalidation. But the shorter in these theses is the invalidation actually 170. So I think I will recode it in the software because this is a little bit off. It's a little bit too far. But it's a calculation thing. So here we see the entry levels. So the golden entry, and this was the repair trigger also after the big sell-off a few weeks ago when the market went really low. A few weeks ago, Broadcom lost 20%, and that day was actually the day that I bought Apple. But the repair trigger has been reclaimed. So Apple fought itself back up again. But why is the thesis under review? Well, we are in a growth thesis, and actually we broke out of the thesis again because we are on 333, and our bronze entry level is 328. So we are actually above the bronze entry level. So we are in breakout growth thesis. This is interesting because now we can look further away. What are the next targets? 396, 504, 624. These are huge targets, I know, but I will explain you later how we calculate those. We are 14.4% above the repair trigger, so this is good. This is good news. It broke out, not a little bit, but it broke out huge. And this is often how it goes. With options, you can be for 85% of your time in loss. But the days that it surges fast and high are the days where you are living for as a trader. So here you can see, this was the time, this is a few weeks ago, what I told you here, it went even down to 274. I made a post about that also. You can check it on my socials. There was a day that it went to 274. And it is on my socials, from holy shit to, I can search it for you. From holy shit to relax, something like this. It was the post. And here we saw it testing the lower support levels, but then it reclaimed. And here you see the repair trigger was 291. And when the repair trigger was claimed, I stepped in with a few positions. And then it started to rise again. And you can see, so that was the golden entry. And then we have, when you are a little bit too late, when you are sleeping, then you can still step in the silver entry. Bronze entries, I would not recommend. But it is when you have an A+ setting, when you are really sure, when the lookout is really, really good, you can still enter with a bronze entry. Like now, at this moment, we are in just above the bronze. And so what I think is that Apple will grow to 353. And this is what we are calculating with our Fibonacci engine. And then the next level above that is 385. And of course, it's never going up in once. Here, a lot can happen. But if Apple keeps on growing, 353 will be reached. It will be reached. But when? And what happens before? That of course you never know. But that's where you have CSE Option Decision OS for. It's guiding you. So as you can see, last week also it went down again. Last Monday it went down to 328, 21. You see, but now we're back again. Back in profit. The option positions are again €3,500 in profit each. So keep your head cool. That's what you have to do when you're trading options. Just keep your head cool. So, but CSE is helping a lot with it. And I even have it myself because I have built this for myself. And when it was working perfectly, I thought, yeah, this needs to be way bigger than for myself only. You know, sometimes you open your broker and, you know, this is just what happens when you are a human, you know, it's just like you're frightened. You think, what is happening? I see a lot of red candles. And then you open your CSE dashboard. And mainly the first thing I do is scrolling down to my Fibonacci chart. And I look what's happening and I think, it's just, Monday I thought, it's just here. It's even above the breakout level on 311. So 310 actually. Yeah. So I thought nothing happened. Okay. Then it's interesting maybe to watch also because in this post I mentioned not only Apple but also NVIDIA and Amazon. And I will tell you how I look at those. So NVIDIA is in profit review, so you could make the decision to take your profit. The thesis is under pressure, so it's pressuring. The repair trigger has been reclaimed. No add, hold, but if you have a position, hold it. So the provider price is 206 at the moment. There can be differences with your provider. There are always differences between brokers. But 211 is the repair trigger. 211 is the important line. And we are just below that. So that is why the thesis is under pressure. You see the entry levels. So 211 is the silver one. We are actually lowering now a little bit to the gold one. You know, a little bit lower and it's the gold one. So it's actually good. That's the strange thing for people who are not trading. But traders are happy with a lowering charge because it's a new entry level can be triggered. it's going up and down all the day. So, okay, the thesis is under pressure. But why is that? Here, our Fibonacci chart. This is our unique engine. We made this, and it's calculating automatically live every day, every month, every week, all the lines, all the positions. And what we see here is that the provider price at this moment is 206. And as you can see, the breakout line is on 211. So I think, and the market opinions agree, that NVIDIA will grow way, way higher. And as you can see, there are already spikes, which is telling a lot. So we are always checking the closed candles. As you can see, my engine is calculating the closed candles. Those are the most important things to look at. So where is a day closing? Where is a week closing? That's why Saturdays are so important. And Saturday, I'm always checking how is the week closed. And at the end of the month, we're checking how is the month closed. So as you can see, the thick candles are the closures, but the thin lines are the pikes in the month. And as you can see, there are a lot of pikes here in January and February. It tested the breakout line to 11, and then again here in April, in May, in June, and even July. So as you can see, it even piked till 239. Of course, because this is the next breakout Fibonacci chart, the Fibonacci sequence. So Fibonacci is recurring. It's recurring every time again. So on big macro level, on month charts, if you look back over all the years, then you can see how the chart is moving within the Fibonacci sequences, but you can look at it on every time frame. So on weeks, on days, on hours, even on minutes, and the course will always follow the exact Fibonacci sequence. And that is what I found out. And this is how I made my engine. So this is a fully calibrated engine, and it's unique. We are the only one in the world who is providing this. Of course, you have other companies where you can draw your lines and where you have charts, where you can even draw a Fibonacci sequence in it. But we are giving depth to it. We are making a decision enhancing machine around it. And that's the huge difference with the market, with other companies. So this is why this is wild what we have built, actually, because drawing a Fibonacci line within a course chart is not so difficult. Everyone can do that, within the movements which has been already done. When you know what you're doing, everyone can draw a Fibonacci line. But what we are doing is looking beyond. So like NVIDIA, Amazon, and Apple, for example, are all in breakout phase. So they are in all-time high. And how can you calculate what the price will do above the all-time high? So this is like creating a glass ball look into the future. What will the price do above everything what it's done yet? And we can do that. We are able to do that with our Fibonacci calculation engine, which we made. So of course, I'm not going to expose how we are calculating that, because that's our unique engine. But we can calculate. And as you can see, of course, we are right, because it peaked already to our first breakout phase line, which we calculated. So it's important, but it is important to stay above the breakout level 211. So to be honest, I'm not happy that the week closed on 206, because now we maintain in this red upper Fibonacci level, and here always a lot can happen. It can go down till 161. Hey, and this is something interesting because this is the invalidation level, which is mentioned here. So if the price is coming below 161, the course can actually invalidate and become bearish. So what we are doing, I am not even reading all the news. I'm not interested in the news. The news is not interfering with my behavior. I don't care. And it's giving so much rest. I don't care if there are wars. I don't care if there is bad news. I just don't care because I can trade on every movement because it doesn't care if it goes up or down. But you have to know how far it goes up or how far it goes down or how it will behave. So as long as we are in Fibonacci red, I know there will happen a lot. So if it goes down to like 190, what it did recently, yes, you are not happy because your position is in loss. My option was in loss 3,000 euro, but I don't care as long as it doesn't break 161. And I don't think it will break 161 because AI will become bigger and bigger, and NVIDIA is one of the biggest companies in this sector. So I'm much more interested in how it will develop up. And so, as you can see, 202 is a repair trigger. So every time when it goes below that, I am watching it if it repairs, if it closes above 202 again. And then we have the silver entry. So when it breaks out the all-time high, it is a moment to take extra positions. And when you are sleeping, when you are too late, you can still enter at the bronze, but I'm not a fan of bronze. All right, so then we have also Amazon. What's happening with Amazon? Hold your position, reclaim watch. So reclaim watch. So I didn't watch the Fibonacci chart yet, actually, after the closing yesterday. But apparently it's around the reclaim watch. The thesis is still intact. There is a reclaim required, so no ads. Risk review, okay. The confidence is 60, so the confidence is a little bit lower. The provider price is 232. Now I understand because I know that the breakout level is 236. As you can see, the invalidation says 236. I have to say we calculated him tight. I can make him a little bit looser also because, to be honest, the invalidation is actually at 184, the real invalidation. So, but this is like with Amazon, I'm a little bit more tight. It is on all-time high breakout level, and as you can see, the 236 is actually the breakout level. So I would prefer to say the invalidation is at 184. I will code the engine to recalculate it because now it's a little bit too tight. It's actually on the same momentum as NVIDIA, you see. It's just below the breakout level, all-time high, 236. So when it breaks that, I think that Amazon can go to 265 and then 289. And as you can see, it is already trying that. So those are all failed breakouts. But as long as we stay around here, nothing to worry about, nothing to worry about. Just wait, just hold your position. And if you don't have a position yet, I have to say, it's the moment to step in. But wait for repair. If the repair trigger is reclaimed, so if we reach 236 again, it's time to step in. Not an investment advice. This is educational purpose only, of course. As you can see, golden, silver, and bronze entry. All right. So this is how to read the dashboard. A European stock for European stock fans, Heijmans holds your position. The thesis is under pressure, but the macro support is still intact. Last Friday, there was a half-year meeting. They presented the half-year figures. I made a post about it on the socials also, so check it out. At this moment, the provider price is 94. Invalidation is at 81. Quite a high confidence, so that's fine. The next zone is 105, so we are aiming on 105. I know that the market opinions are going till 120, 123 even. So this is a very interesting one. Heijmans. I'm deep into Heijmans for a long time already. So as you can see, we are just below the golden entry zone. So the week hasn't been closed so well. Despite that the half-year figures were good, investors reacted, like always, a little bit negative. But I'm always very positive. I have a positive lookout, so when you're positive, you have a greater life, I can assure you. And so this is the provider price is now 94. And as you can see, so if the coming week the price recovers 96, it's not an investment advice, but it's for learning purposes only. But you could make the decision to step in because I think that when we reclaim hundreds and even 105, this is a very important reclaim trigger, then we will grow back to, let's say, 120 is possible. This is a very interesting stock because we are actually not up in breakouts. So this is within the long-term Fibonacci macro vision. We are still in the upper level. So what can happen is that Heijmans even breaks out to 135. And then we can even grow to 152. 150, 165, 174, but you never know. I'm not telling. I don't know if prices go up or down, but I know how they behave within the Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So now we have checked a few interesting names. I have showed you how to read the dashboard. This is actually what you get for the €25 membership a month. So you can use this dashboard and it will enhance your decisions. I am using this every day. I am making a lot of profits and I made it for myself in the end. And I'm still using it every day. I cannot live without this. This is the truth. This is what it is. And I'm even using the demo myself. So again, it doesn't matter that you're not able yet to connect your real positions because you don't need it. It's a decision dashboard. It is unique. No other software company in the world has created what we have. So this is huge. Stay following us for more. If you want to know more about what we have, check out our website. We are explaining here everything, how it works. And of course, if you have questions, you can contact us by using the contact page. You can write us an email, or if you want to join, just complete the membership with a payment of €25, and then you have a monthly recurring subscription on CSE Option Decision OS. And stay following us for more information. Have a good weekend and looking out to Monday, new trading week again. Bye bye.